Righto, we are back, everybody. Oh no. Ugh. I was gonna begin the intro with us standing up on a high place, but for whatever reason, that's one of my macros on. It's not a Steam Deck, but it's like a cheaper version one. It caused us to roll. We just rolled all the way off from up there and died. That's a way to make a comeback into Guild Wars 2, just to roll off the frickin' edge. Let's make sure everything's up and running correctly, because I feel like I've been off for a while. And we kind of have. I've been adulting a little bit, and I did this thing called going outside. It's very weird. So I should have a little color to my skin here. It looks the same, if I'm being honest. But I have been outside, which is unfortunate. And that tea is entirely too hot still. Oh, goodness. We are struggling, that is for sure. So doing a little bit of adulting earlier this week. Let's get back to the spot I wanted to go to. But doing a little adulting this week, so we did not have time to get out a usual YouTube video, which is unfortunate. But this is a holiday weekend in the States, so kind of getting prepared for that. This is how we want to start. It was just a nice little welcome, everybody. We got our die situation under control, and now we very much look the part of our order, which is the Vigil. Additionally, Guild Wars 2 has had a big update since the last time we were streaming this, and they fixed the fashion wardrobe menu, where before you were locked into using your fashion template. But if you just want to change up your current equipment, we now have this tab here. This is what we kind of had in the beginning, which I think a lot of people were very used to, because from here you can just mix and match any item that you have, and again, you don't have to like set it permanently, which is what these fashion templates did. And that was a little annoying to deal with because this old system worked pretty well. I didn't really see like a need to change it. Either way, it's fixed now. I have played the latest patch. Kind of a lot of things to say about it. And I don't want to rub any veterans the wrong way, but if you are up to date with the current Guild Wars 2 story patches with Castoria, I think it has a good villain, in that he's interesting to follow around. But they just kind of talk in circles without saying a whole lot of anything. And I'm just kind of always waiting for the moment of, okay, where is the reveal? What are we really talking about here as far as needing to change things? Anyways, people are like, saying like, oh, this is one of the better expansions. It's like, it's not. The story's just not that great overall. It's a whole package. I think what really makes these later expansions really worthwhile is the features that they come with. So, Secrets of the Obscure unlocked your weapon not being locked to an elite specialization, so that was really good. Also, I think it gave other players easier access to the sky scale. Solid. Janthier Wilds gave us a spear, which I think I'm rocking. Yeah, I am rocking. Okay, so it gave us the spear, which is this is a very fun weapon. It also updated the Warclaw. That was great. And then Castoria gave us an elite specialization. Also, really fun, really good. But as far as the story content, it's a little too abstract for me. A little too cosmic. I like the grounded stories, but, played the game long enough where we're just kind of going with the flow. But we are still in the base story here. And we are at Claw Island. Or at least we're approaching Claw Island. And if you're familiar with the Guild Wars 2 story, you know that Claw Island, kind of it's a big point in the story. I think this is the point where it hooks a lot of players. So let's just get straight into it. I actually initially was going to, this is great art by the way, I was initially going to continue with our 14 playthrough. Because as far as like the plugins for that side, everything has been updated, everything works great. Why we're not playing 14 right now is because I don't have my phone. It's being repaired. And it has the 2-password authenticator. Ooh, we got mail. Recruiting the Skrit. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Logan. So I guess just telling us that the... Oh no, he's talking about some other things. Close that, close that. Because he's talking about some things with the dungeon. We're not there yet. But yeah, so don't have my phone, so I can't actually log into 14 right now. But everything there's been updated. And so I was kind of excited to get back into that, but you know what? We were at a very important point in Guild Wars 2's story, so let's continue on with that. And here we are.
Thankful. We will fight hard against these evil creatures.
The dragons are a threat to everyone, Doctor. I'm glad your village has joined the fight against them.
We're small, but we have no fear. Squid will be good friends. You'll see.
They're good fodder. So yeah, this change based on the race, kind of a lesser race that you choose to kind of recruit. And we went with the Skrit because they're funny. But Leanthier, let's talk about him for a second. He's like the second in command, and he's always here, and he doesn't really get his time to shine for a while. But I just want to point him out now that this is an important character. He is a Sylvari, which I don't think in the story we've had too much interaction with the Sylvari just yet, but they are like the newest race as far as what has been introduced to Tyria. Like they're literally, I think it was like 25 years ago in lore that they just kind of like sprouted up. They're very cool, but we haven't learned too much about them yet, and they will be a big focal point later on. Almora, what do you got for us, General?
Forgel told me what happened, Crusader. I'm proud that you saved so many innocents. You've shown the strength of your resolve. I'm promoting you to War Master. Effective immediately.
Thank you, General. It's my honor to serve the Vigil.
I wish I could give you a proper ceremony before you go back in the field, but we have a critical issue at hand. People in Lion's Arch are disappearing without explanation. I need you both to look into it.
With all due respect, General, isn't that a job for the Lion Guard?
Ordinarily, yes. But some of the missing people are Lion Guard. Worse, we've lost contact with one of our Vigil tacticians stationed there.
That makes it our problem. Understood, ma'am. What areas should we survey, and what should we be looking for?
I recommend you start with the sewers. That's where those Lion Guard were last seen.
Love a good sewer section.
But you're the finest War Master I've had the honor to serve with. Oh, hell, don't get all teary-eyed on me now.
So we're War Master now. We kind of get promoted very easily in this game. And, you know, I guess you kind of have to. We got to keep the story going along, and our character is important. But you kind of would want to spend a little bit more time with the Vigil and maybe go up through their ranks with a little bit of a grind. But hey, we'll take it. So we're going to Lion's Arch because, again, people have been...
This is no small task.
Seeing these are new recruits. But seeing that we're going to Lion's Arch, we're looking for missing people. And the Vigil actually have a station in Lion's Arch. I think every faction or order does. So we can just kind of go from there as our base of operations, and for earned and for warned. Okay, so let's go. I wonder if this is actually going to take us to old Lion's Arch, which, if you recall, definitely the superior Lion's Arch. It has a lot of character. So let's head that way. And again, sewer section. Love a good sewer section in an RPG. It's kind of like one of those staple locations you need to kind of explore. Or like a dungeon, like a crypt. Here we go. Oh, this is forearmed. Sorry, that's an M, not an N. And for warned. Got it. Get kind of the vibe of how Lion's Arch is supposed to be. I actually really like the concept art for every like location. And then how it was translated in game. I mean, like we got some misses. I definitely think the concept art was really strong.
Dangerous. All sorts of monsters could wash in from the sea. Stick together. Be ready for anything.
And we are in the old Lion's Arch. Now this spot, this location here, this is a great spot to level up or get the achievement for kills with your weapons, because there's so many rats and these are one-shots. So there's an achievement for getting kills with your shield. Shield is always in the offhand, and you don't have a lot of... I love the animations with the spear. We're like stab, 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 stab. And you don't get a lot of opportunities to actually get kills with your shield because it's not like a main like damage dealer. But against these rats, really easy to farm. I don't know if it works anymore, but this was kind of the old way to get, because you needed something like, I want to say like 1,000 kills with your shield. But it is kind of nutty. Ooh, some bats. What I like about the spear here on Ranger, I never realized it, but we have melee. Hey, buddy. It's money on Discord? Oh, you guys assume I have a Discord. But something I didn't realize on, I do have a Discord. I'll look into it. I gotta boot it up. I kind of like being off the grid because I don't have a phone right now. So it's kind of great just to shut everything down. I definitely could be somebody who could live like in a cabin out in the mountains or something like that. But anyways, with the spear here, something I never realized, because again, I'm a bad Ranger player when it comes to keeping up with Guild Wars 2, because I kind of stopped in Season 4 of The Living Story, which is a long, long time ago. But spear here, melee weapon, but if you're at distance, you'll actually throw it. And then if you get in melee range, you go through your combo. So very versatile with one, again, just the #1 button press here. Really cool.
This Lion Guard died fighting. Whatever
Got
killed
some
them
bodies.
was powerful.
Ooze. Gotta have some oozes in the game as well.
Ready for some fun.
But anyways, spear here. Kind of go through it, not only for myself, but for you guys as well. Now, the main mechanic with the spear, I think with Ranger here, I want to say Hunter, is this prowl ability, which will put us in stealth, and then it'll transform our 2, 3, 4, and 5. Kind of like an ambush ability. Ooh, and we go down. A little bit of a water section. Most games do water sections horribly. Nobody really likes water, I would say, in video games. But Guild Wars 2, I think, does it the best. Still don't like it that much, but they do the best job I think you can do with water, where very fluid, and you got free range of motion. Continue your exploration. Okay. And I was thinking about building into a lot of quickness. I don't know if that's going to happen. Ooh. Sir Krusty, you're our animal down here. Good, because you can swim, because you're a Drake. Good. Good, we like that. Another point for me. Yeah, he's kind of, we're kind of keeping score here, aren't we, Forgel? As far as Forgel as a mentor, I think like on the tier list of mentors, because there's only 3 of them, I think he does hold the #3 spot. We need to watch our health here. Also, this heal. I kind of like the Troll, I think Ungent, that's what it's called. And it's essentially Troll like oil. Like the oil that comes from their skin. We like turn it into like an alchemical potion and we drink it, which is disgusting, but very, very Ranger-esque. Oh god, these guys hit hard. Also, our weapon down here, I gotta check the levels. Yeah, see, we just went down right there. What is our 2 weapons here as far as their levels, if we're doing enough damage? Spear is 48. Oh god, okay, our spear is our best weapon. We should have upgraded our gear. But this is a great thing about Ranger. When they go into the down state, they can have their pet revive them. Also, if you kill somebody while you're down, kill an enemy while you're down, you rally. Yeah, we pulled a lot of them. Where's Forgel? Oh, he's down too, I think. Come on, get me up.
Back on the field.
Go. A lot of poison. Okay, we're gonna account for that. Also, we have our elite ability down here. which is strength of the pack. This is giving us fury, which is critical chance. It's giving us stability, which means we can't be like knocked back or stunned. And then it's also giving us swiftness, which is just general speed, and then might, which, oh, might also scales up your condition damage. That's awesome. I thought it was just a physical thing, but that's cool. Porgal, why are we still getting hit? Something is clipped through the terrain that our pet was going after. Let's change up our abilities down here. Here we go. This is the troll oil I was talking about. I don't know where Forgal went. I think he's stuck in the wall. Let's just keep going. He'll figure it out. More jellyfish down here. Eventually on the Discord side, I think we will have to make a Discord. And it's just be an easier way to communicate with everybody when we're not live. Kind of get an idea of like, okay, what are we going to play? What's the schedule going to look like if anything comes up? Because I would eventually love to have like a guild in Guild Wars 2 here, and FC, and like Final Fantasy, stuff like that. Those are kind of the two MMOs that I bounce between. And maybe if the World of Warcraft Classic, when that comes up, that could be fun because I do like Classic WoW. I think the vibe is exactly what I like as far as strong class fantasy, not the chosen one. I don't think we want to go this way. We're going to run out of bounds. Let's see if it warns us. I love the sewer section here. And this was somewhere... Oh, you know what? I think this was actually locked off with the like regular map. I think this is only accessible during... No. I'm pretty sure you could come here as well with the regular map, but you just see how deep it goes. Ooh, an undead scout. So Risen, that it just means that's just another term for undead. And these are all Zhaitan's forces. Let's send our pet in. Pets are very strong for tanking. Especially if we have the bear there. You can see how much health my Drake has. It's 20k. Luckily he's got all the aggro, which is what we love to see. We will... One down. I think he also gets off. Yeah, when we use Strength of the Pack, our pet also gets it. So it's just a really great way to give us both a lot of boons. I also notice with Ranger down here, a lot of my abilities are like animalistic, where we have a shark charge, we have like a little jellyfish shock, and then what is this one? That one's just a swirling attack. Okay, not all of them are like tied to an animal, but some of them are. Also, our mini is down here, a little puppy. Aww. He doesn't look like he's having the best time swimming. It's so sad. The animations are great in this game. Oh, okay. I guess we have a cutscene.
What in the name of the mists was that thing?
And we're talking underwater right now.
I've only seen such a creature once before, at Port Stalwart, just before the Orion Dragon destroyed the town, years ago. It's a special kind of scout for Zhaitan. If that creature's here, then there's an undead army advancing on Lion's Arch.
Wait, are you sure about that, Forgal?
Dead sure. We don't have time to go back and report to Almora, or even send for Vigil backup. I'll head for Claw Island to warn the Lion Guard. Meet me there as soon as you can.
What's on Claw Island?
The Claw Island fortress stands in the harbor of Lion's Arch. It's the last defense against invasion from the sea. If Zhaitan's going to attack the city, its minions will have to fight their way past the fort.
So a good comparison for Claw Island, I don't know if it's a good comparison, but if you're familiar with Final Fantasy XII, Nalbina Fortress, where the kingdom is Dalmasca, and the capital is Rabanastre, but their main fortress, which usually defends against them from like outside invaders, is Nalbina. That's the way it's kind of positioned geographically. So like that's actually their stronghold and what you need to take before you have access to basically all of Dalmasca, and then Rabanastre not as heavily fortified. So that's kind of what Claw Island is in relation to, again, Lion's Arch here. So very important defensive position, especially against Zhaitan, who is like this undead, has a lot of I want to call them drowned enemies that he's corrupted, but the Orient people, again, we're under the water, so they're kind of like sea zombies, and then also obviously also like sorts of sea creatures, so sharks, whatever we just saw down there. But he can corrupt every sort of creature. Every dragon can do that, except for they can't corrupt Sylvari. Again, that's kind of one of their racial benefits, is the fact that they're immune to dragon corruption. So we will not see any undead Sylvari. They just die. Okay, so we got to go all the way over there. We can kind of take a stroll through Disneyland. Let's change our elite. Ooh, I kind of like keeping our wolf pack because we have our wolf Logan, we have Lady, and then we have our Mist Wolf right there. We'll keep that going, even though it's not as strong as if we were to take Strength of the Pact here. Probably one of the better elite specializations. We could also show off some Hounds of Balthazar, kind of like the Mist Wolf, but instead we get these two big fiery hounds, and they do a lot of AoE damage, a lot of fire damage. They're good, and they've got some relevance in the story as well. Kind of dives into Balthazar's lore. Part of that is he has these two hounds. I think they have names too. I don't know them off the top of my head, but this place is okay. Like, we're out of the Disney section, and I wish Lion's Arch was more this aesthetic. Like, this seems appropriate for like a port city, other than the giant fluorescent sea creatures. But this is also like the end game zone. Kind of talked about this earlier, but this leads to world versus world. You have Fractals of the Mist you can enter here. There is the aerodrome, which is kind of like all raid centric. So there's like a training dummy. You access all the raids in there. Kind of where people gather up to go into raids. But we're gonna go this way. There is that lighthouse too. That lighthouse changed. Or did it? I think it did. It used to be just kind of like a normal lighthouse. Now they made it all super glowy. Got an airship here as well. That's, again, I think that's more, is that new? I don't remember. It's been a while since I've been to old Lion's Arch. But we got the waypoint here. And we can go to Claw Island. The Battle of Claw Island. So we know there's going to be a fight there. As far as our gear is concerned, kind of want to make sure we have good stuff. Something a ranger doesn't have access to yet is a rifle. Oh yeah. That coat's a lot stronger. I think we're good. Let's make sure we keep our aesthetic. I think I did save one of our fashion slots to... Yeah, there we go. So that is a benefit of the fashion tab here, is you can just keep reapplying it without spending any transmutation charges, because if we do this piece by piece, you can see it's going to cost us a transmutation charge. Now I have a lot of them, but those can add up, and they're not the easiest thing to get if you're like a new player. So just need to keep that in mind. That's why I think fashion templates are pretty good for new players. Let's go ahead, start the Battle for Claw Island. Yeah. I think we're ready to rock and roll. Love the art here. I think I put this in like the thumbnail on the YouTube side. Which I did have a buddy of mine be like, who are you talking to some of the times? Because he just watches on Twitch. I'm like, I'm multi-streaming.
We may still have time. We have to find the watch commander and convince him to ready the defenses.
You would think a place that is this important would always have their defenses ready. But let's take a look at Claw Island here. Just the single port. Love this aesthetic as far as like a building.
Smell? No. But the back of my neck keeps itching for some reason.
I don't like this. Something's definitely wrong.
So the soldiers kind of know, something's a little off, but I love the Lion Guard aesthetic. They have like this gold armor. And then obviously their weaponry, all kind of based around like the lion theme. I think Forgel, get out of the way, please. But very cool. You can buy that armor as well. If we like... fortunately, you don't join like the Lion's Guard.
Traherne up there talking to Commander Talon? What do you think he wants?
Traherne, the necromancer? Comes through here every few months on his way to Ore. That guy creeps me out.
There's a character up here named Traherne. Now, if you play a Sylvari, one of your beginning origin story pathways, you'll actually meet Traherne earlier. kind of get an idea of what his character is. For every other race, this is the first time we meet Trahearne, and he's a very important character. So let's make sure to pay attention to him. And here he is here, and again, he's a Sylvari.
I've researched the situation extensively. The Orions will strike here, on Claw Island.
So the Orions, again, Or was a city, or the nation that Zhaitan, the undead dragon, rose up. So instead of just calling them like zombies, or they refer to most of them as Orions because that is the bulk of Zhaitan's like military force.
Stay out of trouble.
Stay out of trouble. I'm a Chaw.
Thank you for meeting with us, Watch Commander Talon. We have grave news. One of Zhaitan's minions breached the city. We destroyed it, but the creature was likely scouting for a much bigger force. An attack is imminent.
A what? That's extremely unlikely. We've seen no sign of an impending attack. If there was to be one, we'd know of it.
Is that you, Forgel? Well met, old man. Are you still fighting for the Vigil?
Trahearne! Ah, by Snow Leopard Shadow, you're a sight for sore eyes. With you on our side, we've got a fighting chance. I want you to meet my partner.
So they know each
one
other.
of the bravest war masters in my order. My friend, this is Trahearne, one of the Sylvari Firstborn. He's Tyria's foremost scholar on Zhaitan and Or. I've been trying to recruit him for years.
Commander Talon, I can confirm their information. Zhaitan's servants are indeed approaching. A fleet of dead ships has launched from the Straits of Devastation. The Risen sail beneath a cloak of stealth.
Whatever you've seen, it can't be a real threat. Claw Island can withstand any assault. Speak with my commanders, Brack and Mira. Once you review our defenses, you'll realize there's nothing to fear.
Blah, 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 blah.
Hey, you bookworm. Tell me you've got
Let's see
some
what they have to say.
information on how to stop this attack.
Sadly, no. I'm only here to give the Lion Guard a warning, much like you and your friend.
But at least you've come out from behind your scrolls and scribbles. That's a start. We need your common sense, lad. I'm glad you're here.
If you don't mind, I'll accompany you on your rounds. It's been a while since I've toured the fortress.
I love how if you click on their portraits here, so this is like the champion icon with the gold, and that's the same for Forgel there, but Trahearne, he has the legendary status here. And I also like that when Sylvari, when it shifts into nighttime or a dark area, they have that bioluminescence that some plants get, and Trahearne here, you saw it just go away a little bit, but his is like a purple glow. Again, Sylvari are like, I would say, ArenaNet's babies when it comes to like a race. Very unique. I think they're very proud of this kind of fantasy, again, race that they chose here. And I gotta say, yeah, these guys are very cool. Very cool. Let's go review their defenses. And yeah, Forgel and Trahearne know each other. Trahearne's kind of like a wandering scholar, mostly studying Zhaitan and Orions, but he's come across a lot of people and he's made a really good impression, even though he's like a necromancer. This isn't something like the Elder Scrolls universe where necromancy is kind of like taboo. I'm sure some things about necromancy are like people frown upon, but he's not turned away because he is a necromancer. But let's see the defenses here. Let's get a good look at the fortress. I mean, it looks okay. Got some trebuchets, cannons. I feel like the cannons would be the most important thing here. And then, not sure what this thing is. Kind of looks like a catapult. Not an efficient catapult, that's for sure. Yeah, it looks like a catapult. Lots of cannons. Lots of cannons. I think they are, I think this looks pretty well defended. And then they kind of have a open field up here to engage if, you know, they have a ground force. So, okay. Looking pretty good.
I've heard the rumors.
Be on alert. The Orions are planning a major attack against Claw Island.
Tell the Watch Commander Talon that the gunnery emplacements are ready. The fortress here on Claw Island houses more 24-pounders than a ship of the line. We'll be ready to fight the Orions. Don't doubt that. Check on Deputy Mira. She's in charge of the beach patrols.
The Lion Guard don't understand. This won't be a sortie. It'll be a massacre.
We'll see about that, Traherne. But is that how much a cannonball weighs? Is 24 pounds? Is that why they refer to it as that? I've never heard that before. Mira, what's going on?
Welcome to Beach Patrol, the most dangerous duty on Claw Island.
Deputy, a massive attack is on its way from Orr. You must prepare your troops.
If we fall, our last order is to light those 3 signal towers. We have to warn Lion's Arch
Always
that
3.
the fortress is lost. In 100 years, they've never once been lit. We're very proud of that.
Deputy Mira, sound the alarm. There are undead on the beach.
If an invasion's really coming, we'll need everyone on the island to hold the line.
Okie dokie. Maybe it's just another scouting party. Oh, that's a few of them. So hit 5. Go into stealth. Now we get to do our like special stealth ability version of our attacks. Kind of what we're going to be playing around with. Spear is very powerful. Got a nice cleave on it. The only thing that doesn't change is our 1 ability when we go into stealth. So that combination, not exactly going to work. Again, a mixture of range and melee in one weapon. Kind of just an all-rounder.
It was a feint. They're testing your defenses. More will come, and soon.
Makes sense. Report to Watch Commander Talon, and tell the men to be ready.
Well done.
Well done.
I have studied Orion creatures for 25 years, but I rarely engage in combat with them. Do you think the commander will listen to us now?
Probably not. So they mentioned something else about Traherne that I want to bring up. Is he's a firstborn. So the Selvari, when they first were or came to Tyria.
My wild hunt
hang on.
heal the land.
Okay, so when the Selvari first came to Tyria, they came in like waves. And so they weren't like kind of like born like babies or something like that sporadically. No, they came in, they're kind of like flowers that bloomed. And the first wave of them were known as the firstborn. They kind of went out and gathered a bunch of information. They brought it back to their pale tree, which is kind of like their hub, where they all come from. And while they're growing as little sprouts, they're getting fed all this information that's being brought in either from the pale tree or other Selvari that have gone out, and they're kind of learning about the world. Very like naive race. Anyways, while they're in that like seedling form, it's called the dream. And some of them get this thing called a wild hunt, which is almost like a personal prophecy, something that gives their life purpose as soon as they're born into the world. Like they will know things like, okay, I know what a chicken tastes like. Or, yeah, I know what a chicken tastes like. This is something in the book they talk about, where they know what a chicken's going to taste like. But when they have it for the first time, they've actually then experienced it. So it like adds a different layer to it. So they know a lot of things, but it's experiencing the things that kind of make the Selvari special. Like they're almost like adult babies. They don't start off as babies. When they're born, they're basically like, I don't know, say like 20-year-olds. Like fully adult looking. But mentally, yeah, they're kind of like wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, where they know all about these things. They've learned about all these things, but then they want to go out and actually experience those things. Selvari, again. Very cool. Very tempted to make a Selvari for this playthrough, but, you gotta go with human. Commander Talon.
Paltry attack. It barely ruffled our feathers. Is that all they brought?
There will be more. Much more. Keep watching the sea.
You're a scholar, not a general, firstborn. Why should we trust you?
The fortress is under attack. Ready on the wall.
Oh boy.
Hostiles incoming.
So they have these undead ships. Get these giant claws that come out of them. And that's how they pick up things and fling them. Kind of like their own version of trebuchets. And they're throwing these giant fish. These like big, putrid, just dead fish. That I think work as like a transporter, but also they leave like this sickening miasma around as well. Anyways, here's an abomination. These things are truly hideous looking. They are, I don't know what the hell they are. They look like just a coupled together like sea monster. Very ugly. They have a charging effect. Let's clear up the wall here. A little low. Let's back up, because with our spear... Oh! You got us from range there. And we're back, baby. But you can see down there, everybody's fighting. So it's a full-scale invasion here. Although this is just one ship. We have more abominations we need to defeat. Let's go over this way. And they have Frenzy on, so they're attacking very quickly. Okay. I see why you're so powerful. Let's go find Deputy Mira. She's on the ground. She's out there in the front. We need to rescue her. And hopefully stage a counterattack to this initial wave. Okay. I don't know what just happened there. We just brought her back instantly from up here. Game might be a little buggy over the years. But just imagine, we went down there, we saved her, we did a great job. Let's go regroup with Talon at the inside here, although I think it'd be a better idea to keep the wall and use all those cannons. And we're looking pretty cool. I like how we have a quiver on our back, even though we don't have a bow. It'd be cool if we had like a spear holder or a javelin holder. That'd be awesome.
Mira, how stand the beaches?
Fallen, sir. And a lot of good soldiers
It's over, man. Game over.
To light the watchtowers.
Let Lion Charge think we've lost? No, Mira. Not yet. Claw Island's withstood much worse. Get on a trebuchet. A dead ship in the harbor holds their reinforcements. Sink it!
Okay. So it's just one ship. We can handle one ship. That's not a problem. Nice throw there. Gotta keep it ranged, and we get a very zoomed out point, our camera angle, now that we're gonna operate a siege weapon. Kinda wish you had this by default. I'm sure with like a mod or something you can, but let's jump on a trebuchet. And I would love about the siege weapons in this, it's not like an easy point and click. You actually have to hold down the fire button, and this kind of tells you how far is it going to go. So we held it pretty long there. And I think we overshot. No, there's our shot right there. Oh yeah, I think we Oh, we didn't. First try. Nice. Easy peasy. Oh no, Kupo. I think it's time we light those torches. And our trebuchet breaks. Okay. And now they're inside as well. Let's get to it then. I'm wondering if we need to keep Sycamon. This is really good for Soul Beast.
Come here.
Maybe not so much for us. We'll see. We gotta start getting a build together because at level 80, we'll have the entire base kit of Ranger at our disposal. Right now, what do we have? Yeah. 71, we get our last straight line, so that'll kind of be when our build potential can open up. Talon?
This is no normal attack. The Lion Guard cannot hold. We're overwhelmed.
Claw Island has stood for nearly 100 years. It cannot fall.
Ignorance.
We'll fight them to the last soldier, to the last sword. We'll never serve.
Just dies.
Medic! We need a medic over here. Commander Talon, hold on. You'll be all right.
Quiet, Mira. Soldiers don't need lies. Retreat to the city. Tell the Commodore. We did all we could.
By your will, Commander. I swear to you, this isn't over.
Mira, the island is overwhelmed. We have to evacuate the Lion Guard and ignite the watchtowers to warn the city.
No, you'll never make it to the beacon with these risen monstrosities chasing you. We'll have to fight our way back. The Lion Guard will make a stand in the courtyard while you go for the tower. God's willing, the Risen will be too busy fighting us to stop you.
Your bravery is commendable, Deputy Mira, but your soldiers cannot survive a protracted battle against this many undead.
It's the duty of every Lion Guard to lay down our lives to protect our city. If that's what it takes, that's exactly what we'll do. We'll rally in the courtyard. You light the warning beacons. Now go!
Now the only thing is, when you're fighting the undead,
Go back to the courtyard. Rally to me for one last stand.
actually having soldiers stay back is not a great idea because you're just adding more numbers to their force. Really, the way you kind of beat them is you gotta give ground and basically always pick fights you can win. Kind of fight like guerrilla tactics, especially if they're undead and they have you outnumbered. Oh god, we gotta fight all the way up there. Good thing I didn't go from the other way. I was like, is it on the inside near the port? No, we actually have to go through the center. We can actually just run up there. Out of our way.
I could outrun a centaur.
But they have some Norn as well, as far as undead. But not just exclusive to the humans, the Orions. Take out these and any other that try to come up for us. Good. Stealth. Easy. Cleared that up. Let's go ahead and hit the button here. This is like Asura tech here.
And the Eternal Alchemy.
That was my best. It's just appeared. That was my best Asura impression. But we gotta press this button here. There's one. Oh, it does all three. Good, they have them all connected. That's smart. But you can see they have, like, again, this, like, thick miasma that comes in with them. Shrouds their movements. I'm pretty sure it probably doesn't feel great to breathe in. Kind of like a slowly oppressive force. I love it. You gotta imagine, like, how many of these people were the Lion's Guard that were, like, you know, defending this place, but now they're undead thralls. Take them all out. We'll fight our way back. Ow. Get us up. Get us up. We don't have anything. We need some stability, too. We need another stability, because right now our only stun break is Zephyr, and that's not great, because we're kind of using that offensively, not so much as a reaction. We'll adjust when we get out of here. Or we can do it right now. Nope, we didn't have time. Not enough time. Not enough time. Got these little guys. Oh, they're still fighting in the courtyard there. They're holding their own. All right, all right. The other thing about the special, pre-order, or even racial. Okay, we're still gonna fight them out in here. Abilities. They have a really long cooldown, and they're not as like effective as the normal elite spells or whatever profession you play. So that's why a lot of people, they don't make builds around them. They're just not as good. But they are cool. They're fun. They're flashy, but yeah, just not as efficient. Well, we're helping here. We're doing the best we can. If anything, we should be working towards, like, retreating. Pounce! Panther. We definitely don't need to kill all of them. There's a lot. Heal, heal, heal. Oh no, we got knocked down. Change up to our doggo. Freeze everybody. I think I said earlier that, oh, I have poison on me, so if you're poisoned, your heal, I think it's like bumped down by like 30%. Not as effective, because you're poisoned. But I was saying, it was a couple episodes ago for this series, I was like, Ranger doesn't have that much access to, like, chill effect. We kind of do, actually. We have traps that can chill. Our axe can chill. We could build into that. We're not going to, but we do have that option. Oh, what the hell is that? Now that's a huge dragon. Is that Zhaitan? No. No, it's not. Mira, I think she's donezo. She just fell. We gotta go. We gotta leave, though. But no, that is not Zhaitan.
The dragon servants will never let our ship sail. If they surround the docks, they'll slaughter us, and Zhaitan's forces will grow.
Our soldiers are too injured to fight. They can barely walk. We can't form a defense and still get them all aboard.
A heroic but nearly impossible task against great odds and an unrelenting enemy. This, my friend, is a death worthy of legend. Get the wounded to safety. Warn Lion's Arch, one day, you'll come back and retake this island. Of that, I have no doubt.
Forgal, you can't hold them off alone.
I lost my mate and children to the dragons. I thought my legend was buried with them, that I had no one to walk in my footsteps and tell my tale. Now, that's changed, my friend. Thank you for being my legacy. Tell my tale at the Hearthfires, where the Skalds sing of heroes. Go. I will not fail. You may win the battle, dragon, but you will never defeat our spirit.
Forgal. No.
My father was the last Demian shaman. I am a war master of the Vigil. You will never make me kneel.
So, your mentor?
Mira is in bad shape. You'll have to cut a path for us. Lion Guard, follow me.
Is that Mira? Hi, Traherne. I don't know if you've been with us the entire time. Pretty sure you have. Thanks for grabbing Mira. Thought she was dead. Doesn't look like she's in great shape now that you got her wrapped up like a mummy. So Forgal. Yeah. Poor Forgal. He's letting us get away. I think we just need to run there. Let's retreat. Yeah. So Forgal doesn't make it. Your mentor, whatever mentor you choose, whether it's the Order of Whisper, the Priory, Vigil here, they all bite the dust. It's kind of like one of those moments in the story where, shit, we lost. And we lost big, because we, lost our mentor as well. So a lot of people like this moment. Now, if you have Forgal, again, he's kind of like the worst out of the mentors. I was actually pretty sad because I had Tybalt, who I think is the best. So I was kind of like, damn, I like that dude, and we just lost him. Ooh, we get an Aqua Breather, and we get a Black Lion Key. Good. We'll take that. We are level 64. And luckily, we still have we're still able to continue the personal story, which we will do. We got a mail as well. News of the death of the mighty Forgal has been blown to us all. Has been a blow to us all. Yeah, I am deeply saddened to hear it. So we're gonna go rendezvous with her. Your orders are to rendezvous air and lead a contingent of soldiers into the battle. Okay, so now we kind of need to prepare Lion's Arch, because there again, Claw Island, that's gone. As far as location wise, this is Claw Island. You can see, yeah, it's just outside of, or it's the only thing that's blocking kind of the sea access into Lion's Arch, because other than that, it's pretty landlocked, and the Orions thrive as far as on the water here. This is where Ore is, so not too far, but I think in lore, this distance here is a lot further. And this island here, this actually wasn't here, South Sun Cove. This wasn't here at the beginning of the game, so this was a larger body of water. But that's where Claw Island is. Let's head back, and let's change up some of our skills. Luckily, we can just... Oh. Almor is right here in Lion's Arch. Good, good, good. That's one of my guildmates. As far as our abilities that we can learn... No, we're kind of safe on. We only have 5 points, and these upper tier ones kind of get a little pricey. Let's change some of our abilities around. Let's give ourselves Strength of the Pact. Signet of the Hunt. This is really just for us running around. It's not giving us any like offensive advantages or defensive. More of a utility pick. But I think we either go with Stone, Signet of Stone, or the Wild. Let's go for the Wild because passively, this is going to give us more ferocity.
It's a great opportunity.
That's really good. And then Sikkim.
I'd be slinging fish if it weren't for the jobs here.
I think this is what we're going to take off and maybe take Protect Me because this will give us barrier. This will give us protection. This is going to be our button that we press whenever we get knocked down. And this is a good like rally ability. Yeah, let's go with that. And then I also want to change that out for our regeneration over time. Let's do that. I think everything else we're good. Are we set on gear? Luckily, the game does give us a crap ton of gear. So we have a better spear. Shoulder pads. These are all light armor stuff. Okay. We're going to keep the gathering material or the gathering equipment because I don't have the unlimited one on this character. Keep all these. These keys are really good. So even if you kind of go through the personal story, running through them again just for those keys, totally worth it. This is also a sigil. You put this on our weapon here. So it inflicts 2 stacks of vulnerability for 8 seconds after striking a foe from behind or the flank, or when they are defiant. I think, Defiant. Is that when they still have their Defiant bar up? I think so. Anyways, vulnerability is just gonna mean that they're gonna take more damage. That's a good debuff to put on enemies. You want to make? I think it caps out at 25, which equates to like they take 25% more damage. So I think 1 stack equals like 1%. Anyways, so that's okay. Because 2 stacks. I don't know. We're not gonna use it right now. We're gonna wait a little bit. Again, we want to wait till we have like level 80 gear to be using sigils like this because this is an exotic sigil and that's just one of the best ones. You have like the common, the rare, and then exotic when it comes to sigils, so hold on to that. Let's continue the story. Killing Fields. Again, another concept art of how Lion's Arch is supposed to look. Very cool. See, this was the old, like this old plaza here used to be strictly kind of like a vigil outpost that they worked with the Lion's Guard with.
Pull the trigger.
Everybody training here. Looks like we got the numbers. And this is why we would have the vigil or the signet of a hunt, so we can run quicker in these instances.
Scouts are reporting undead just off the coast.
There's a Lyanthe right there.
It's a small force, but substantial enough for concern.
Zaitan's overconfident, assuming Claw Island was the only thing standing between its army and Lion's Arch.
Then it's our job to show the dragon how wrong it was.
So that's our plan. It's the fact that Claw Island, big obstacle, but you know what? Lion's Arch isn't just gonna fold.
At ease, War Master. I heard what happened at Claw Island. The Lion Guard? No. The whole city owes you a debt of honor.
I just did my duty, ma'am. Forgel was the brave one. He gave his life to save us.
He will be remembered as one of the Vigil's great heroes, and he will be dearly missed.
Forgel's sacrifice held them back, but it was your bravery that led us to safety, my friend. I am grateful to you. If I can aid in this defense, War Master, I'm at your service.
You took out enough of Zaitan's forces to stop the imminent attack on Lion's Arch, but the dragon won't pause for long. There are reports of undead landing up and down the coast, likely an attempt to soften the city's perimeter. We need to organize the Vigil's forces and defend the beach. Come, let's review the troops.
So this time around, we'll have a big force of the Vigil. We'll also have the Lion Guard that are stationed here. So hopefully we have the numbers this time around to at least repel, you know, the overconfident undead forces. Take your sweet ass time here, Almora. I know you're kind of old, but pep in your step.
As you breathe out.
What else they doing over here? Throwing some rocks. Ooh. That scared me. A little bit of a rally horn. Everybody fall in line. I think the heavy armor for the Vigil looks awesome. But we're rocking the medium armor.
Crusaders! Forces of the Elder Dragon Zaitan stand on the very threshold of Lion's Arch. If Lion's Arch falls, the nations of Tyria will not be far behind. Fight for your homes. Fight for your families. This is what we've trained for. This is what we've bled for. This is what we will die to defend. We will hold this ground. We are the Vigil.
You can't do this alone.
Again, this is why I like the Vigil. They are the ones that are on the front line, dealing with the bulk of the undead. And really safeguarding everybody else. You're kind of like Gondor. You want to go like a Lord of the Rings reference. We also have these arrow carts. Oh, look, you can see them all coming from the water. I mean, this would be horrifying. That there's just zombies walking up from the water. How far does this arrow cart go? Oh, pretty good. I wonder if there's one a little bit closer. Yeah, you can use siege weapons in the story. I think that's great. Ooh. Might want to. Nah, we'll be okay. Let's get in there. We're feeling strong. You notice that they don't have that thick miasma coming out at us, so they might be a little bit weaker. Our troops a little bit healthier. Because they're just kind of throwing these numbers at us because they think because Claw Island fell, well, now they're going to have an easy access to the city. Oh, big ass net. But we're here to show them that, you know, still people fighting for Lion's Arch. Not really even. There's so many. We got so many allies. And as far as the optimal rotation here, I'd have to actually look at all the abilities and what they're doing. I'm just kind of spamming them when they're off cooldown, and that's generally how you can play Guild Wars 2. Take this guy out. Somebody's using arrows. I wonder if it's just this archer here, this tactician. Yeah, the undead they also talk to, so it's a little unsettling. Damn, I like that. I like the 3's a throw, and then we could just keep following up with our 1. There's a big guy right there that looks like a target for us. We'll fear him, switch our pet, and then use the chill, or their active beast ability, which is right here, our F2. Which you can sit there and try to micromanage your pet, or you can just kind of let them do their own thing. Either way, it's going to be fine. Ooh, I saw him. I saw him. See right there, we're getting knocked around. We hit protect me. We broke out of the stun. Let's heal up as he's trying to get us with this entire crowd of Vigil soldiers taking him down. I like this kind of scene here where they have one big enemy. Everybody's just kind of hacking at him. Oh, there's one charging from the side there. I saw that too. These big abominations are definitely like one of their, let's say, strongest enemies, like among the ranks. Especially because they build up frenzy. Take all of them out. I think that'll be it for this beach section. Oh no, we're still going. Defend the beach. A longer section than I remember. Strength of the pack. Get in there, lady. I guess this guy's immune to chill. There's our beast ability there. Should be chilling him. It's not. I think it's because he's unstoppable. Alright, General. We kicked their ass. Here we go.
Well done, soldiers. That should thin out the undead and take pressure off Lion's Arch for a while longer.
The vigil bought us time, but not advantage. The undead don't get weary, and they have an almost unending supply of troops. We must retake Claw Island and drive Zhaitan from these shores. General Soulkeeper, there are many brave souls throughout Tyria who may be willing to lend a hand, if the vigil reached out to them.
True. A few come to mind. A Norn called Fibar has been making his name in the tournaments. Fights like a rabid drake. I also know two fine Char soldiers that I've been trying to recruit for years. Snarl and Galena. They'd be a tremendous help.
Those sound promising. I could go, ma'am, and speak on behalf of the Order.
Good initiative. Pick one or the other, and do your best to bring them aboard. Meanwhile, I'll return to Vigil Keep and rally our crusaders there.
Whatever you decide, I'm going with you. You need the help, and I owe it to Forgal.
Our great plan is to recruit 3 people. I feel like we're gonna need more numbers than that. Anyways, Traherne, I have made my decision. We will go after Fibar here because Forgal was a Norn, and I feel like it's only appropriate we kind of replace him with another Norn. But the Gear Warband, again, that's how Char culture kind of works. You go into a warband, you have like a name associated with them, kind of like their military squad, but also their family. Anyways, but we're gonna go with the Norn in honor of Forgal. Ooh, we get a rare weapon. Sword's okay. We're kind of running hatchet as our secondary here, even though we're not really swapping between it. I just think ooh, we also got an exotic axe as well that we've had. But anyway, spear is just so good, just universally. We can just kind of stay on that, get used to that. Kind of like rotation in playstyle. Because with Ranger here, we can be a little bit of a busybody, switching between our pets, making sure we're using our beast attacks, then switching our weapon at the same time. It can become as much as you want it to be, because you don't need to switch either, and everything will be fine. So we go over here actually. Let's jump off here. Yeah, we're using one of our mounts, which is by far one of the best mounts in the game because, well, we can fly, kind of like a helicopter. Look at the vista. Ooh, pretty. I think it's supposed to be like a wedding type of venue spot there. Got like the altar. That's a pretty vista though. Let's keep rocking and rolling. Now I did want to talk about the Guild Wars 3 discussion that's been going on in the community at the moment, because a lot of things involving Guild Wars 3 as far as, well, when is it going to be announced? When is it going to be released? Etc, etc. No, I'm not buying anything from you. I just want to sell something. One of the biggest content creators for Guild Wars 2 talked about it coming out or being announced later this year, like the fall, and then not launching for like another year, which I think lines up because we, in the current expansion, we have no idea when the next expansion is going to be. We don't know if there is going to be a next expansion, and ArenaNet really likes to let the community know that the game is going to continue to be updated. It's going to get more expansions. You know, there's still more things coming for Guild Wars 2. But they haven't done that yet. And we're currently in, like, again, kind of the middle of the latest expansion. And now would be the time to kind of reassure everybody that, hey, we're still going to be chugging along. But they haven't done that. So they might be gearing towards a big announcement when the next content drop is going to be, which is, again, the fall. So that's that kind of theory thrown out there. If I'm sorting the good stuff and I'm on the copium train, I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. Which sounds good. The only thing with MMOs are they are hard to develop. A lot of hurdles. And they just don't really fit neatly into like a set time frame. Like, oh yeah, it's going to take 5 years. It's going to take 6 years. It's all over the place. Look at the Riot MMO. They're making an MMO, which they restarted the whole thing. Because they realized, okay, this is just going to be like, WoW. We don't want to make World of Warcraft. There's already a World of Warcraft. We want to do our own thing. So they restarted the whole project after like, I don't know how many years. Anyways, we're at the German Priory, by the way. This is the hub for the Priory. Kind of like how we're there right outside of Lion's Arch in our fortress. This is where the Priory hangs out. We're in the Shiver Peaks at the moment. Which is really just, I think we went into like a tunnel that's right next to Lion's Arch that led us here. But this is kind of the mountain range here. A lot of frosty terrain. Like the Priory, they're here. The Vigil, they're just north right here. And the Order of the Whispers are like right here. They have like a secret base that they they keep hidden. It's like in a cave. Very cool. But they're all pretty central, pretty close to Lion's Arch here because again, this is like the melting pot for all the races. This is like the independent nation that everybody can kind of meet up at. So this is where we are. And the mountains here, very cool. Like the aesthetic here. Kind of just want to get cozy in a blanket when you're in a location like this, especially like during the winter time. I love matching how it is outside, like actually outside with a game aesthetic. Like right now, it's like almost a summer. It's hot as hell. So this is actually just feeling a little bit odd because I'm like, it's not cold at all. But something else with Guild Wars 2 or 3 is, what type of combat system are they going to run with? Guild Wars 1 is very much a deck builder, but it's turn-based, not turn-based, it's tab target. Now Guild Wars 2 here, a little more action-y, but still tab target. And the leading theory is it's going to go full action combat. I don't know how I feel about that, considering I don't know how many of you guys have played action combat multiplayer games with like a fantasy setting. Especially when you put like 8, 10, 20, 40, 100 people on screen. It just turns into more of a shit show than it already is with tab targeting, and I feel like the netcodes usually just don't hold up. I don't know. And I feel like action combat, they're a little more spammy. Not as much like thought into your rotation in the process. I definitely like I like tab target, and I like that little bit of a longer global cooldown between abilities. This Norn. I thought we were gonna go to Holbrook. No, we're going into like the next map over. A little bit of a climate change. We're in the frosty Shiver Peaks, but now it turns into a little bit more Highland-like. Ooh, and we got another level. Hell yeah, 65. And we get our first exotic piece here. What is our lowest armor? It is our pants. Let's get our pants here, and we get 16 points for our hero points for our trait line. And we also unlock Sorrow's Embrace here, which is another dungeon. I don't know how we're gonna do the dungeons yet. I think we might just beeline the story, because once we finish the base Guild Wars 2 story, and then once we finish the base story of Final Fantasy XIV, so the 2.0 MSQ, we're then gonna work in our Dark Urge run for Baldur's Gate 3. I think enough time has passed. We just really gotta hunker down and get these campaigns done. Which, we're taking our time. We're doing everything in order. But yeah, that's when we'll start our Dark Urge campaign, and that'll be a lot of fun. We'll do all new builds, use all different characters, and not have any overlap from our last honor mode run. Let's put these pants on before I forget. And we're going to the next map. A lot of traveling. That'd be a long walk if we didn't have mounts. I'm glad we do. Everywhere we're going, we're grabbing these waypoints. And these are just instant travel. So very much a go experience the areas once, and then big quality of life as far as convenience when it comes to Guild Wars 2. The good fight. This is an interesting concept art. It's just a tree.
This moot is for tournament champions.
Moot.
No doubt Fibar will be here, telling tales of his glory.
Okay. That all Traherne? So Traherne's kind of like our new buddy.
At least Kate had a tangible target. I barely knew where to begin.
Kate, we kind of met her during the story when we all came to Lion's Arch the first time. Her old guild, Destiny's Edge, met up. Kind of have a lot of baggage. They don't really like each other. But anyways, Kate was the one who tried to organize that. Didn't go so well. But she's also a Sylvari firstborn.
What happened next, Fibar?
Fibar?
Did you slay them all?
Here's Fibar here.
Well, I may have been outnumbered 20 to 1, but they were merely griffins. I locked eyes with the biggest one. Then I charged. Battle cries, beaks, feathers everywhere. In the end, the mighty Griffin King bowed before my strength, and I set him free.
Amazing. Simply amazing.
Come to hear tales of my great exploits?
Okay, dude. I think Forgul is probably more intimidating than you. He does have a Vigil hammer, though. That is that skin. I don't know if it has any significance in the story.
Yes?
Yes?
Oh ho! You're from the Vigil. Finally decided to come pay respect to the victorific Fibar Yosin?
I'm here on behalf of General Soulkeeper. Lion's Arch is in danger, and the Vigil is readying soldiers. You do realize victorific isn't a word, right?
Defend Lion's Arch? A noble cause. Still, sounds like I'd be just one sword among many. Sorry, not my style. And it is a word if I say it's a word.
Your tournament conquests are second only to your fame as a gambler, Fibar. I propose a wager. My companion and I versus the rest of you.
Ha! Do you realize you're facing an encampment of tournament champions? You're victorifically insane!
Victorifically.
If we win, you and your companions join us to defend Lion's Arch. And if you win,
If I win, you two have to carry my pet Dolyak to the encampment. He can't make it up that steep hill. Prepare yourselves for the challenge!
Like, no offense, but as far as when it comes to, I would say, lore accuracy, when it comes to race strength, races and their strength, I think Norn are by far the most powerful. I mean, they're giants, but they're not so big that they're like lumbering around. Like, these dudes are all like giant wrestlers, kind of like the mountain from Game of Thrones, where they will cleave you in half. Not to mention, some of them wear big-ass armor. And they can shapeshift into animals. So what I'm trying to say is, there's no way me and this little scholar of a Sylvari with our pet will be able to beat them. But, you know, game's got a game. I guess if we were also in Norn, maybe it'd be a little bit more believable. But I'm a sucker for like the lore accuracy when it comes to how well would our character really fare in this situation. Took out them.
Top-notch fighting. Our challenger survived the first round. Second round, twice as tough. Here's a Norn so big he blots out the sun. Here, Dark Mountain. His lovely wife, Esmet Ravenswhisper, is no stranger to the darkness.
Oh, her.
Watch out. Their daughters follow the family tradition with magic of her own.
Now, Norn using magic, I think that's like taboo, except for like shamanistic magic. But anyways, this dude's wearing full plate mail.
Join me.
Plate mail. I think I said plate mail. But anyways. Yeah, it's just like lore-wise, I don't think this one's happening. We're gonna take him head on, though. And sort of beat his ass. Let's frost everybody. Switch animal, and now let's fear them all. Got a few of them to run away. Fear's a pretty strong effect, especially in PvP. But it is also very useful in PvE. The only thing is usually in PvE you want to get all your enemies together so you can AoE them down, and Fear has them run away, which, you know, obviously again, you want them to be all clumping up together. That would have been a little bit more useful. But then it would be called Fear, would it? I think they go down, what, 25%? Yeah. Okay.
Falls together. Another round goes to the challengers. All right, you Vigil lose masters. Prepare to chow down on victorificness. I am
Love the Norn. What are you doing? Oh, he's a little bit of a showman. Oh! Comes in hot. And we knocked him down. Smack you around a little bit. There you go. Damn right we did. Victorificus. I don't know what he said.
Impressive. I must admit, I didn't expect this much talent from the Vigil. Perhaps your order is more formidable than I'd thought.
We have Norn in the order,
so you'll help us fight Zhaitan's minions?
A Norn always keeps their word. My friends and I will fight for the Vigil at Lion's Arch. Together, we shall be victorific!
Victorific,
Still
okay.
gotta... whatever. Victorific it is. We'll see you there, Fibar.
War Master, a moment alone, if you will.
That's a good voice
I've
acting.
been considering
It's
our
charming
options. The Orions are entrenched. It will be incredibly difficult to regain Claw Island.
We can't give up hope, Traherne.
I haven't lost hope. In fact, I'm counting on hope to lead the way. I feel that we should ask for wisdom from the Pale Tree. If anyone knows how to defeat Zhaitan, it is the Mother. Meet me at the Grove, and we'll speak with her before the battle.
We have not been to the Grove yet, but the Pale Tree, it's like a location, but it's also... Well, I'm looking at this spear. We're going to take the spear. But it's also like a person as well, or another Solvari. And they refer to her as Mother. Let's see here. Give me that spear. Throw it in our slot right there. I think we're good everywhere else as far as our equipment. We can leave here. And thankfully, Lion's Arch, kind of like I'm talking about it being a hub for kind of the entire base game interior. Anyways, we could just run there. Oh. They actually gave us the entrance there. Do they do that with all the cities? They do. That's an update. But normally, we could just go to Lion's Arch, and there's a way gate there. We just walk in, and then it'll take us directly there. But they also give you this waypoint, which is, this is right outside the Grove. Or the Pale Tree Grove. That's right, it's called the Grove, and the Pale Tree is within the Grove. But we can see a little bit of the Solvari culture. Again, very flowers, nature-y. Kind of what you would expect. Very pretty. Very green. So if you're like a druid type player, this is your race.
Strength of the pack.
Use that to speed along. We'll enter the Grove. Kind of like, again, I like this concept art of them. And there, this is the Pale Tree. From here, seeds come out, Solvari are born. Now, I don't think they come in like the waves, as far as like firstborn, secondborn. I'm pretty sure they stopped calling them like thirdborn. They don't call them like thirdborns. I think the most important ones were Again, the firstborn and then the secondborn. After that, they kind of just, I think, sprout up whenever.
Listen. Feel.
But very cool because they have like these little pods you go into that'll take you up to the center. A light in the darkness. This is a cool shot. I think this is supposed to be ore. How big it is. We will go there eventually. Grabbing the waypoint here. Ah, Vantari's tablet. This is also very important to the Salvari and this pale tree. Because this tablet here kind of influenced the Salvari as far as like what they think. How they're kind of peaceful. And this tablet here was placed here by a centaur who befriended a human. So this is like a magical, almost like relic. And this happened in Guild Wars 1. So you kind of got to see the seed of the pale tree be planted in Guild Wars 1. And then by the time of Guild Wars 2 here, it's finally sprouted, flourished, whatever you want to call it. But here's the pale tree.
Hail, Mother. We seek your wisdom.
And we talked to like the avatar of it.
I have much to show you both. Come to me. Let me show you the way.
Okay. Okay, creepy tree lady.
Mother Tree, I am sure by
Very
now
shiny.
you have heard of the destruction at Claw Island. Zhaitan is attacking in force.
The soul of Tyria mourned as her children were cut down by the beast. The land wept, and the world shuddered.
My friend and I seek to right that wrong. We wish to fight Zhaitan and take back what was lost. We've come to ask your counsel.
The answer is at the heart of Tyria's future, and your own. Both of you must face the darkness, become guiding stars in the night.
Is it even possible to defeat Zhaitan?
Only with great courage. Come, I will show you a vision of your future, and the challenges to come. It is time, my brave friends. Your future awaits.
So a little bit of prophecy going on, and she can actually show us that. Let's see what the future holds for, I guess, Traherne and I. Whoa. Again, it's supposed to be ore here.
It is a dark and foul place. Even though I have been here, in truth, this vision is unsettling. Let us hurry. The pale tree has lessons yet to be revealed.
So we are in Ur right now. You can kind of see the aesthetic.
They say that Ur was once beautiful. A nation to rival Kryta, Ascalon, and Ilona. The human gods lived in the city of Arar, and the people here were blessed. After the gods left, the humans banded into guilds and warred upon each other. The guild wars caused great devastation.
Guild wars, get it?
Nations faltered.
They said the name. They said the name. But kind of barren. Again, kind of looks like it was dragged from the bottom of the sea. You have like coral growing on the buildings there in the distance. Hello, pale tree.
Where does this road lead, Mother?
To the ancient city of Arar, the dragon's stronghold. That is your goal.
Arar is like the capital in Ur. And that's where the gods kind of were like physically located. That's where they hang. Whoa, we're actually being shot at. But that's where they hung out. Okay, spirit weapons.
Well done.
Ambushed me. I don't know how much I like that. I was in the middle of a rant. We're gonna try to avoid them. We got some risen chickens. Is that a bull? Even though Ur is very much dead, it holds a pretty important spot in the story, going very far into the story's progression, even after the base game. Which I love when they keep reiterating important locations over and over again and how they affect even current events. It's good storytelling. Good world building. Okay, Pale Tree, what do you got for us?
These creatures are formidable. Tougher than the ones at Claw Island. How will we defeat them?
Alone you cannot, but with unity, you will find that many impossible things can be achieved.
Through the power of friendship, we can do anything. We've heard this one before. This looks a little... This doesn't look like it belongs. Let's see what's going on over here. You can actually run to ore immediately once you start the game. There's no like barriers between the maps. You can just go, other than like, you know, the enemies being much higher level than you and they will one-shot you. You can make like a running build to go straight to ore and kind of look at what's going on. This looks high-techy. Hello?
Defenders of Tyria.
Ooh.
When Zhaitan rose from slumber, the dragon found a long-dead nation and claimed it. The dragon expected the rest of Tyria to be as easily conquered. But we live, and we breathe, and we fight. All races, all orders, and all paths of life stand against Zhaitan. The dragon is a fearsome enemy. It wants nothing more than to paralyze us with doubt. But I tell you this, we are not afraid. We will never kneel. Do you feel that? The dragon hears us. To Arar and victory!
Remember, returns a scholar.
Is this a vision of the future? Mother, I do not understand. I'm no general.
You must be what Tyria needs you to be, my son. You have more courage.
We have the Vigil here. We have the Whisper. And then we have the Priory as well right there. So the Order's working together. Because at the moment, maybe sure, they have like one-offs of working together. But most of the time, they like to just stick to the way, you know, their ways as far as how they're dealing with the dragons. Follow the pale tree. Okay. Well, this one's in the way. I see that guy coming in. We're going to dodge through it. Kind of reiterate the fact that, yeah, there's a dodge in this game. Everybody gets a roll. 'Cause I don't know how many people got to endgame. So went 80 levels and had no idea you could dodge roll. Which is hilarious. There's another disturbing undead, which is just a giant. Big ass giant. Kind of like a cyclops. I think we need to kill it. Which we will do. Yeah, these guys are tough. A lot of damage, obviously, if we get hit by them. He's not very happy with us. Put down? I don't think so, bud. There we go. They also throw, so these big giants here, they'll also throw out little grubs. So not only are they huge, but they have minions that kind of spawn off them. They're like little mini bosses.
The past taints the future.
There we go.
Our heroes have fallen. They must be redeemed. You are the catalyst. You must bring them together. Heal their wounds.
Let's talk about Destiny's Edge. Here we go. Got Logan and Ridlock here. Used to be like brothers.
Where were you? We needed you. Snaff. I couldn't protect him. I can still hear him scream.
Someone was going to die no matter what I did. Snaff or my queen. I had to make a choice. You would have done the same. Any of you! If the person you loved was in danger, you would have done the same.
Destiny's Edge disbanded after their loss against the Elder Dragon, Kralkatorrik. To this day, they have unresolved grievances with one another.
Funny thing is, if you read the book on what actually happened, the queen was, I think, very much safe. She's very powerful. Anyways, I still like, this is probably the best relationship in the game as far as Logan and Ridlock, their beef in the beginning, how they resolve it. Really good. My favorite, at least.
It was your responsibility. Snaf trusted you, and you failed him.
I tried to keep him out of danger. I would have given anything to prevent his death.
It wasn't enough. You weren't enough. You should have died, Heir, instead of him.
Logan was called away by his queen. Yet Heir chose to fight the Elder Dragon. They lost. Glint died, along with Snaf, Soja's mentor and friend.
So Glint was a dragon in Guild Wars 1 that kind of had the same prophetic nature, so you could do a creature of like prophecy, and she basically guided the Guild Wars 1 heroes along as well. And she has a role in Guild Wars 2, as in she gathered up Destiny's Edge here to take on Kralkatorrik because she has some sort of tie relationship with Kralkatorrik. But yeah, she also died.
I've tried so very hard. They can't stop arguing. They can't understand that the dragons are more important. They'd throw everything away. I'm alone. I'm tired.
Come back to me. If the world must end, let us spend our last days in each other's arms.
These visions represent a possible future for Destiny's Edge, should they not resolve their quarrels. We need them to reconcile, if we're to defeat Zhaitan.
So Faolain here, she's kind of Kaith's like lover. The only thing is...
Where was I? Oh yes, the Guild Wars.
Oh, hang on.
Still angry over the loss of Ascalon, the Charr struck hard while humanity fought with itself. The Charr ravaged Ascalon with searing cauldrons and marched on Or. As hope failed, an Aurian named Vizier Kilbron read the lost scrolls and unleashed an ancient curse. The curse annihilated the Charr army, but it destroyed Or as well. A cataclysm plunged the nation into the ocean. Everything was lost.
So let's go back to Faolain here. But anyways, Faolain rejects her. She's part of the Nightmare Court. So again, kind of going back to the dreams that the Sylvari experience. Her people don't believe in listening to the Pale Tree anymore. So kind of, I would say the evil faction of the Sylvari. Whereas Kaith still loyal to the Pale Tree. But these two were in love at once. And now, like, again, they kind of have that divide because Nightmare Court still loyal to the Pale Tree. So kind of some tension between them. Now what Trahearne was talking about is the fact that, again, Ascalon in Guild Wars 1, they built a big-ass wall. And the Charr used basically forbidden magic, the Searing Cauldron, to call down these giant crystals that destroyed the Ascalonians, their wall, but also kind of polluted the entire land. Kind of a scorched earth tactic. But they destroyed the wall, and then from there they flooded out. They invaded Or, because they're pissed off at all the humans. They invaded Or, and they invaded Kryta. Kryta turned to the White Mantle. The White Mantle were able to repel the Charr. The Charr that went to Or, they were kind of overrunning the place. I'm talking about Vizier there. Unleashed another kind of like a cataclysmic spell that destroyed all the Charr, but it sunk Or at the same time. And then while this is all still going on, Ascalon wasn't completely overrun. They were fighting there for a long, long time. And still to this day, they're fighting in Ascalon. So that was kind of the history of Or here. That's why it's, again, why it's at the bottom of the sea. Got some more characters here. I think we're just actually running by this section. We don't need to go into that camp. But this is actually the Or map, or part of it. You're getting a little bit of like kind of end game taste as far as like the base game. Kind of where we're going. And the Or, they kind of have like this circle architecture. You'll see like, again, these spheres, or not spheres, but again, yeah, these circles. Very cool. Definitely very distinct. You can see it here as well, in this like doorway. What's in here? Avatar of the Pale Tree. What do you have for us?
This is the tomb of the kings of Or. Walk inside and seek truth, but be warned. The future can change in the blink of an eye.
Forgot to spend our hero points. Let's finish off Wild knowledge. We have 5 left. That's fine. Again, at 71, we get that last trait line. Oh, it looks like we have some friends inside here. Out of my way, you beast.
I could outrun a centaur.
Just whooping that ass. Eventually, we'll transmog our spear to be much cooler looking. But you really don't want to worry too much about the fashion wars until you get exotic gear. Just because we're just leveling up, we're just running through so much gear that I don't want to waste those transmutation charges. But the Eye of Zhaitan. Hello, you're a champion. Which means you're supposed to be dangerous. Also has a Defiance bar. Which one of these actually breaks that? Okay, we have our 4 ability that does it. Let's heal up a little bit. Level 4. So he's broken. He's going to take more damage. Easy peasy. The last king of Or. Let's see what this old guy has to say to us.
To see the sky, feel once more the wind and the sun. Although my nation is drowned, a slow blood still pulses in its veins. Or was once the heart of Tyria, so full of life. I was the last of a line of proud rulers. Now my nation is enslaved. What do you seek here? Or has nothing left to give, save ash and bones.
We came to fight Zhaitan. Can you give us counsel?
Zhaitan can be defeated, but that will not save Or. The land must be cleansed of this poison. Seek the source.
Is Zhaitan the source? Or is there some other poison that fouls Or? Please, tell us.
I like how the background
Seek
moves.
the source.
In the background.
Cleanse Or. Seek the source.
Okay, seek the source. So the source might not be Zhaitan. We gotta cleanse Or itself before we can fight Zhaitan. I think that's what he's trying to tell us there.
The elder undead dragon that pulled Or from the depths. The massacre of Or gave the dragon fertile ground to create its horrific army. Zhaitan's power does not end here. In slaughter, its army grows stronger. Claw Island was just the beginning. The dragons are destruction. They will not stop until all life on Tyria is destroyed.
True, Traherne, true. Yeah, that's what I like about Zhaitan as well. I like the undead nature, but the fact that when he woke up, he had an entire dead nation to kind of instantly populate an army for him. And then from here, he could spread. Every enemy they kill joins his ranks. And it just gets kind of like a snowball effect. Stronger and stronger. It's also great because when he woke up, when he brought, again, Or up from the bottom of the sea, created a huge tidal wave. It killed a lot of people, destroyed a lot of cities. Kind of taking a funny way up here. That step is too big for us. Very creepy though. Kind of like sounds like a forest almost.
Your last challenge on the road to Ara will be the Guardian of the Gate. Beyond this, I cannot foretell. Once before, I gave this sword to a beloved son. Now, I pass it on to you, Traherne. Its name is Caladbolg.
Caladbolg.
Bear it with honor, and the sword will never fail you. Test yourselves against the Guardian, then return to me in the Grove.
Wish they had a cool cutscene that gave him, but yeah, this is a sword right there. Kind of a very Sylvari-centric sword, as far as it looks like a plant, or it looks like it was pulled from a plant. I guess we don't have to fight any of these guys here. Let's keep our axe. I think I see him. Gate Guardian. Okay. Kind of looks like Shredder from Ninja Turtles with that helmet on. Let's get a better look. Yeah, he does kind of look like Shredder. That's funny. Let's go.
Time to do some real damage.
That hurt. Hit him with frost. Our puppy has aggro. We swapped. That'll teach you to try to hit our pup. This can't be the only guy. I don't think that was an AoE. Okay, anybody else? No, okay.
Once more you stand on sacred
we're back here.
Remember what you have seen. Speak with me, and I will guide you.
Yes, Pale Tree. Or has had all hope stripped away. To confront the dragon, you must first overcome your greatest fear. Lest you be consumed by it. Tell me, what do you fear, wayfaring nomad? Let's see here. What do we fear? That innocent person who believed in me would die because I couldn't save them. That's pretty sad. That I would fail so grievously that I would lose the respect of my comrades and be dishonored. Kind of very soldier-esque. I don't think so. That one day, through my actions, I'd condemn someone to suffer in agony. That's pretty bad too. Maybe that innocent people would die. Thank you, Pale Tree. I will remember your wisdom.
To know the future, even the mere possibility can be a great burden.
Time travel.
I am sorry, brave heroes, that you must walk this path.
Must these things come to pass, Mother? Must I take up Caledbolg and travel into the heart of Or?
You must both take up this mantle. Traherne, your duty is to cleanse
we're the hero
Or.
too, damn it.
Your friend shall aid you, and then face the dragon.
And Claw Island? Can we retake it and save Lion's Arch?
I believe so. But that will not be your first test. The dragon seeks to destroy its enemies before they can strike. I see within the dream that Zhaitan's forces enter battle, not against Lion's Arch, but at the heart of your order.
My order headquarters? No. How could that be? How could Zhaitan even know?
Those who have been corrupted reveal everything to Zhaitan. Nothing is secret, least of all those places where his enemies hide.
If my friends are in danger, I have to go to them. They have no warning. They'll be slaughtered.
I will go with you. Our fates are bound together, and from this day forward, we fight as one.
Farewell, valiant souls.
Did we just become
May your
best
wild
friends,
hunt be
Traherne?
successful,
I think so.
And
I think
may
so.
your courage illuminate the dark of night.
Guild Wars has a very, very good OST song that'll play that kind of plays into that. Ooh, we get a kind of a convenience feature here, so we can call a merchant, the bank, or the trading post anywhere out in the world. But because travel is kind of super easy, not the biggest convenience. We need to go to the Vigil. Get us out of here. I see the pod, the leaf pod came up there. Very cool. But we're just gonna leave instance here, and we can go straight to the Vigil. And somebody needs to warn them. So another cool aspect of Zhaitan, yeah, when he kills people and then makes them his minions, he learns essentially everything that they knew. We can just teleport right over here. This is pretty quick. It makes him a very, very frightening enemy overall. Let's get on our raptor mount. See the fort in the distance there. I always like that point of interest. And there's pirates here, of course, doing pirate things. Under Siege. Again, the Vigil concept art, really cool. Kind of reminds me of like Helm's Deep.
That sounds
Traherne?
like battle. The Vigil needs us.
Whoa, we're ready. So they got like their own undead catapults.
War Master, Traherne! Thank the alchemical processes that inspired your presence. We're under siege.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. We're here to help. Oh, damn. Okay. I was gonna go take out those catapults.
What kind of foul magic was that? Must be good.
They're invulnerable right now. Okay, I guess we're gonna have a conversation out here in the field.
Bone walls. Those require powerful magic. We face no mere foot soldiers. There's an Orion Vizier in there.
It's like the
They
title.
cut us off. The Orions are protecting the weaponry that's battering our keep's fortifications. We have to destroy those siege engines.
Vigil Keep has defensive weaponry on the far ramparts, but they were damaged in the first assault.
Kronos,
we
welcome,
didn't
brother.
have the manpower to repair them.
Has it been 2 months
If
already?
we could clear
I
the
think it
walls of
has.
undead and safeguard her path to the catapults,
Crazy,
Blacksmith
crazy,
Von
I know.
Heck can fix anything.
Then we'll have to give her that chance. Let's get to the top of the walls and check in with General Soulkeeper.
I salute your bravery, my friend. Strike hard and fast, and we'll guard your back. Form up, Vigil.
Thank you, Kronos, for a firm handshake. I can't believe it's been. We're ongoing. I guess we're going on month 2. Well, no, because you're right. I think it has just been 2 months because it's not like we were affiliate right when we started. But yeah, that is kind of crazy. Eventually, I'm gonna have to stop putting in my title, new streamer. How long can I get away with that? 6 months? 3 months? I feel like that's an appropriate cutoff time.
Hail, War Master. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Again, with the Orions here, they don't have that thick miasma up. And I feel like that's a real... That's when you know they've come to play and win. A year, maybe? You think I can rock it for a year? I will. Because we've been raided a few times. I feel like the new streamer thing in the tag, or in the title, kind of incentivizes, you know, other streamers to raid us. So we'll keep it as long as we can.
And still they keep coming.
Just talking about how the undead are relentless, kind of weird. You know, we could expect that. But they're down there protected by these big... Excuse me, I was talking. These giant bone walls here. Very cool looking. It looks like they've torn through the outside here. If anybody... Ow, they hit us. If anybody was kind of prepared to take on an ore assault, you would think it'd be the Vigil. Just because they have all these fortifications where Priory, they're kind of a bunch of nerds. And that... Oh, God, that's... They're hitting us hard. Our heal is down. Kind of make sure that if another one comes in, we dodge it like that one. We're good, we're good. This channel is all about strategy, baby. Not really. If we were about strategy, we'd be streaming just one game. Not us, though. We should be called nomadic gaming instead.
It's the General. Stand at attention.
Ah, Almora. Come to join the fight, I see. We're here.
Hostiles eradicated in the inner keep. Tunneling under the walls, the rotten scum.
So not only do they come in from the sea, they can tunnel as well, like rats.
Reporting for duty, General. I hope you don't mind that I brought a friend.
War Master, Traherne.
War Master.
Good timing. We need every able-bodied soldier we can deploy. Ephod, what's our status?
I must report defeat, ma'am. There's an Orion wizard down there. We weren't able to get through the magical barriers.
Disappointing, but
Wizards, bunch of nerds.
Secondary recommendations? Anyone?
Kill them all.
Ephod says there's a blacksmith who can repair our catapults. Traherne and I can clear the ramparts while Ephod follows behind to protect the civilian.
Once the Orion siege weapons are destroyed, they'll have to lower the magical walls if they intend to continue the attack on Vigil Keep.
Without those walls, I'm confident we'd have been successful, General. This time, there'll be no stopping us.
Excellent. While you do that, the Crusaders and I will defend the wall. Move out!
So we're running defense while we repair our trebuchets, even though I feel like those would be like the highest priority things to defend, and we kind of let them fall pretty easily. Very unfortunate. Take them out with our hatchet, even though I think the spear
I could outrun a centaur.
technically does a little bit more damage. Everybody goes down there. Yeah, spear's really good. Another abomination. I'm gonna go behind it. Ooh, still hit us. Get right back up. That's why it's really helpful to have at least two abilities, 2 button presses that have that break stun effect.
You won't break this skill.
Of course, it's a Norn. Grab them. And then clear all these ones out. I don't think we can even res these guys, no. Yeah, if we can just repair these catapults, that should be plenty. Because these are, I don't know about you guys, but I think these are some of the worst placed catapults that they could build. Straight up just on the low ground. Them out. Abomination, coming for you, bud. Fortunately, we don't have too much stability, which prevents you from getting knocked around. We can at least break ourselves out of being stunned.
You never know how to prioritize till you get attacked by screaming undead.
Get to picking those up. Do I get to operate it? There we go. I don't think I'll have to charge this thing too much again. We have the high ground. I think it's very forgiving. Just a little taste. There's one down. Ooh, took a direct hit. That hurt. That'd be great if our allies also got on these things. I was gonna go a little bit further. Oh, that one might hit us. Oh. A little far. I think we hit that back line though. No, really. That one's gonna hit us. Let's dodge it. Nope, it's over us. Okay, we hit that one in the distance, although that didn't count. There we go. One more. It's way too short, but we still got it. Okay. And there's just these ones over here that are shooting at us. Looks like it's going to be a little bit further. About halfway. This should have been a siege master. Oh god, we overshot the hell out of that. Stop shooting at me. Really, our allies should also be helping us out here. Because there's all these perfectly good trebuchets that they're not using. Okay, that's 2 shots. That one's dead. I go to right there. I wish it gave you an actual percentage that you were charging it instead of just eyeballing it. It'd be a lot easier to kind of redo or to adjust the distance. Alright, that's that one. Okay, so we do have to hit this last one over here too. Even though I thought we did earlier, but it didn't give me a damage pop-up. This one was pretty far. I think it was like halfway. I think there's a lot of wiggle room too. Ooh, okay, so more like 30%, maybe like right there. Oh, I'm the best, baby.
You did it, War Master.
We still have that Vizier to kill.
No time to
the wizard nerd.
The undead are making one last push.
I like that they come up from the water.
The Orions dare
It's very
to strike
creepy.
At our keep. Well, they shall see how a cornered lion fights.
I'm itching to get some payback for that little wall trick. Let's join the fray down on the field.
I did have some fun comments on my my wizard videos on Baldur's Gate 3. Somebody's trying to tell me that Conjure Wizard is actually good in Baldur's Gate 3. I'm going, I don't think so, brother. I don't think so. They get like create and destroy water. I think it's something else. It's just like, I think it's like a teleport. But it's like every wizard can, you know, create water and use Misty Step or scrolls. It's like, it's not a good subclass, especially compared to the other wizard subclasses. But you know what? To each their own as far as playstyles. If I was playing in a group and somebody's like, I'm going Conjure Wizard, I'd be like, okay. Fine by me. Which I'm excited for our Dirge run, which should be, I don't know what class we're gonna go. I haven't decided. Yeah, evocation's right there. Abjuration, also amazing. I mean, I get it. Some people just like their certain fantasies. A lot of people would look at Hunter and be like, Gloomstalker is right there. I'd be like, yeah, but Hunter, kind of cool. Yeah, no, that's definitely what I like about Baldur's Gate 3. You can play whatever you want. That is the beauty of the game. It's kind of, again, why I think I gravitate towards MMOs as well, because every class or subclass, whatever you want to call it, kind of has to be balanced. So you can play whatever you want in these games and you're going to be fine. Now when you get to hard-end content, okay, that's a different story, but Yours 2 is very casual. Very, very casual. We love it. Yeah, my first playthrough also didn't know what the hell I was doing. A lot of those, a lot of the things we did in our honor mode run, again, we kind of just did the same thing. We're just kind of winging it, but we had really key, important, like, elixirs or just a lot of arrows to make, I would say, they knocked us down one after the other. Just key items to make really tough fights way more manageable. And it's like with those items that we were collecting and talking about, you could have whatever party you want, and you can find success. Or you could just go the totally busted route, make a like multi-class sorcerer, paladin, warlock, and just annihilate everything. So you can do that too. It's got a little bit of something for everybody. Yeah, those NPCs are real dumb in the submarine section of the Iron Throne. I feel you there. Oh yeah. As I say, it's not just on consoles; it's PC as well. It's funny because it's like certain. God, we were right in the middle of them all. Game is getting like a little. I'm splitting my attention. But I'm gonna back up. But I feel like between patches for Baldur's Gate 3, it's like some encounters, the NPCs will be smart, they'll dash, they'll go to where they're supposed to. And then on the flip side, they'll just sit there, or run into a wall, or just not go anywhere. It's like, you know what, I tried to save you. There's their Vizier, again, that's a title. Kind of like a sorcerer or a wizard. Because the Orions were really good at magic. That's kind of like their thing.
Well done, Crusaders. The Orions are defeated and the keep is safe. 3 cheers for the Vigil.
Ahoo! Ahoo!
Hurrah!
Ahoo!
Victory for the Vigil!
That guy's bald as hell.
It is fortunate that we arrived when we did. Those undead were about to overrun the keep. The Pale Tree is very wise. If Vigil Keep had fallen, we'd never be able to defend Lion's Arch.
Do you remember what she said? With unity, many impossible things can be achieved. She's right, Traherne. The Vigil can't fight Zhaitan alone. The dragon is too powerful. But there is another way.
Whatever you're planning, know that I will stand with you.
Thank you, Traherne. Come, let's talk to General Soulkeeper.
Yeah, that section can be a big pain in the ass if you're trying to do everything.
Warmaster, your timing was fortuitous.
Fortuitous.
You and Traherne have saved our order.
It was our honor. If you don't mind, we need to brief you on recent events. Much has occurred in a very short time.
We had this vision dream,
General,
we went to Ur, we're
I've
gonna get a
become
sword.
convinced that the Vigil can't stand against Zhaitan alone. We may have an army, but we don't have the information or resources.
Huh. If it were anyone other than you, Warmaster, I might think you were a coward. But after what you did on the field today, continue.
The other orders of Tyria are as concerned about the dragons as we are. The Vigil should speak with them and launch a unified effort.
Speak with them? But the Order of Whispers are underhanded backstabbers, and the Priory are simpering scholars.
You're wrong, Efoot. They simply have their own ways of fighting Zhaitan. Both would be staunch allies in this war.
I don't like it, and I don't trust them. But I do trust you, Warmaster. And I trust Traherne. If he says we're up against overwhelming odds, I believe him.
Go to the other orders, set up a meeting. Tell them the Vigil offers an alliance.
Thank you, General. I'll do everything I can.
It's kind of like a no-brainer that, of course, if we worked with everybody, we'd have a better chance. And I think the Elder Dragon threat should be... Everybody should know how big of a threat it is. So, of course, working with the other orders would be beneficial. I think they should have written something into the story about how, like, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago, sometime in the past, where it's like, we tried to have all the orders work together, and it didn't work out. Kind of like how Destiny's Edge fell apart. Maybe they did try an alliance, but no, here we're just kind of like arrogance, hubris, whatever you want to call it, that keeps them from working together, even though we have the same freaking goal. But this is the, this is the story they decided to tell. It's fact, like, I guess we could work together, couldn't we? That might help, but we don't like each other. It's like, well, have you tried to talk? I guess we do just go over here. I wonder if we have to actually go to each order, or we just kind of all reconvene here at Lion's Arch. I think we all just come up here. Our inventory's getting a little full. Guild 2, baby. Love our inventory management. I need to buy more stash space. Retribution? Question mark? Are we going to succeed? Where's the question mark here with the title? I guess we're all just gonna... We'll talk at the dock and we'll take back Claw Island. That's the plan? That's the plan.
So, I see Gix stumbled out of his library, and the Preceptor crawled out of her hole.
I see you're not letting rationality get in the way of your ignorance, Almora.
Yeah, let's all talk shit to each other.
Who are you calling ignorant, you twitchy little bookworm?
Wonderful. I see we're off to a running start. The Order of Whispers needs allies, not infants.
We'll take a look at all the orders after they're done yapping. As far as like their armor, their aesthetics.
Enough bickering, all of you. Our real enemy lurks across the waves. Zaitan's servants march at the gates of Lion's Arch. We must band together, or we will all be destroyed.
When I joined my order, I swore to fight Zaitan. I will die for Tyria if I must. However, I believe that together we can win.
We can win. The
Vigil has shown tremendous courage in the fight against the dragons. This alliance will require courage as well. Why back down now? The Order of Whispers has seen nations rise and fall. You cannot hide from this threat. You need to make a stand. And who knows more about the dragons than the Priory? Just think of how much there is to learn. Where else but in Orr?
By the worlds of eternal alchemy, you're bold.
You're
but
bold.
You're correct. Knowledge is useless if it is not used. We shall aid you.
The Order of Whispers has worked for generations to bring nations together. We can do no less now. Our blades are yours.
The Vigil fears nothing, not even ill-tempered, undisciplined louts like these two. We'll join, but I insist there's a decent hierarchy. Who will lead this compact?
Logic dictates that it cannot be a member of any of our orders, lest one be seen as above the other two. Quite a conundrum.
I've already considered that. Traherne, you've never joined an order, yet they all respect you. You've studied Orr all your life. Will you lead us?
I
Come,
never
our
wanted
general.
to be a soldier. I'm only a seeker of truth. But, yes, I will lead this pack to the gates of Arah, and together, we will see Zaitan destroyed. First, to Claw Island. Let us send our defiant message straight into the heart of Orr. Tyria stands as one.
All my life,
I mean, really?
Studied it. Researched the abominations.
Kind of need all the
of
other
Zaitan
races as well. They're pretty
I have
pretty
avoided
important.
the challenge of my wild hunt. I hid, always claiming I was not yet ready. I did not think all could be cleansed. I feared failure, but you're right. It is time to act. We'll either cleanse the land or return to it.
That's pretty depressing. Anywho, I like how we have the leaders of all the orders, except for this is not the leader of the Order of Whispers. In fact, it's the chick right behind him. Her. Yeah, her. This is a female Char. But yeah, she's actually the leader of the Whispers, and it's kind of like a secret within the Order as far as like who's like the head spy master. Anyways, that's a fun little detail. Also, this character here, as far as like his origin, I think it leads back to, I don't think, do we know the actual place where he's from? I don't know. Maybe it's Castoria. Or maybe it was a Guild Wars 1 location. Anywho, the Order of the Whisper actually has some pretty cool characters. We can just leave here, leave this instance, and then I don't know why they just don't let us teleport straight to Claw Island from that instance. Because yeah, now we got to come down here. Our glider. We can change the skin on it. You can do some crazy stuff with your glider. Retribution? Cool concept art. I like this one. I think I use this in the thumbnail on the YouTube side. And I like how we start in the bottom of the ship. Let's go, brother. I feel like he deserved more voice lines here. Oh, the battle's waging on, but I don't know how to get out of this ship. Oh, you know what? It's right here. So you kind of see like the Priory, a bunch of robes. They look okay. Vigil, I think, look the best. Traherne, I was talking. Damn it.
Marshal Traherne, sir. I'm Efoot, liaison for the Vigil troops. The Lion Guard are clearing some road, but the inner courtyard gate is blocked.
We just met her in the last story
My
instance.
Priory explorers brought a biomantic siege capacitor, Marshal. Our top mystics have been working on it for some time. It could be useful.
I've heard of that device. Whisper's agent stole a copy of the blueprints, but we couldn't figure out your bizarre telemetry. There's a working prototype?
Of course. Nothing's beyond the Priory's intelligence. Unfortunately, it's a portable model, so it lacks the power to blast through a fortified gate.
What if we amplified this capacitor in some way?
Clever. The signal towers use
Like how he's
magical
like, yeah, we
panels
stole
to
your
increase
plans.
brightness. If we reversed the panel's direction and adjusted the enchantment, we could amplify the beam.
It's improvised, off the cuff, and madcap. But you know, it just might work. Still, there are far too many undead between here and the signal tower.
Leave that part to me. The Vigil may not understand your boo-boo matic wheeze calculator, but we know plenty about killing undead.
Then we have a plan. Commander Efoot, move out. Your crusaders can guide the way.
You can see how they could all work together. Like Vigil, obviously the mass bulk, they handle the front lines, etc. The Priory.
Up to the signal tower and get it working.
I don't know why we're trying to talk to him, but the Priory, they can provide experimental, really powerful technology like bombs, cannons, etc. Really things that like push the bounds and have like anti-dragon capabilities. And then the Order of the Whispers, they just gather intelligence, scouting, things like that. So the orders can work together and then complement each other pretty well. I got a clear way. I'm going to avoid that abomination charging at me. And we're still in the same story arc as far as it being level 60. Because I'm 67. No, I'm 66. We're going to hit 67 by the end of this. Keep our distance. Let's heal up a little bit. I'm so used to playing Guardian because Guardians kind of naturally regenerate their health through one of their virtues. Whereas Ranger here actually had to press my heal button.
Break down that boat. This offensive is over.
Yeah, we're fighting back, taking the dock. Now the question is, are we gonna find the undead Forgel here? Because he sacrificed himself to let us get away. Or we're gonna have to take down our risen mentor. That would be very depressing.
Strength of the pack.
I actually think the Warhorn offhand, really good for Ranger here. He gives us buffs, boons, and then it also calls down a bunch of like pigeons or hawks to attack somebody. Do we have to go up? Okay, we're going up. You can hear like the battle, but I feel like we should see a bunch of ships also here because, you know, we just got the one. And Lion's Arch has like a big navy, obviously. Okay, here we go. Hey, that's what I wanted to see. So you got like the undead ships fighting the Lion's Guard. That's cool. Very cinematic. And then there's a freaking giant ass undead shark out there too. We don't have to fight that, but I love that it's just out there. That is just a cool animation with you whirling your axe around. So we're taking the magic from here, powering up our cannon to then shoot down the gate so we can blast through and retake the fort. Good.
Here's the panel. I have to reverse it, resource cell the amplification, and attach the capacitor.
Okay.
Just keep them off me.
Roger that. We can do that. No problem. But again, the fear I have with Guild Wars 3 is if it goes too action-y. I don't want it to feel like an ARPG, something like Diablo, where you just kill hundreds of enemies in like 20 seconds. I don't like that feel. I like the things to feel immersive and the enemies to feel threatening. But it's kind of, I would say, the natural evolution of what Internet probably wants to do with the combat system in this game. Just because of the jump from Guild Wars 1 to Guild Wars 2, where Guild Wars 2 way more action-y than Guild Wars 1. How many more do we got? A few more coming in.
Hold on to your helms. One reconstellated configurer coming up.
Everybody charge. You see Traherne there with his sword. Pretty badass. Now if we really wanted to win, we get the Char warbands on board with the legions. We'd get the humans involved because they have a pretty strong military as well. I would say the Savari probably have, well, and the Asura probably have some of the weakest militaries just because they're not like a military nation. Savari just really comes down to numbers. They don't have a lot of numbers. Whereas the humans do, the Char do. Asura, more kind of a bunch of nerds with golems. Golems would be very helpful. And then Norn, they're just too independent. But get a couple Norn involved.
Well done. We've secured the docks.
What about the courtyard, Marshal? That big dragon thing will be on us the minute we charge in there.
We need to retake the ramparts and deploy siege weapons. Then we can cover the sky while we clear the courtyard.
I can help there. Priory alchemists have crafted special ammunition to weaken champions like that one. We can force that monster to the ground.
Once you get it down, we'll get it dead. Put your trust in Vigil Steel.
Yeah, kind of what we were talking about earlier, where the Priory can just equip the other orders with experimental stuff. Stuff that's been, like, tested. That, like, specifically tailored to deal with the Elder Dragons, or in this case, like, the Undead. Like, I'm pretty sure that cannon we shot at the gate was, like, tailored to almost, like, destroy, like, biomass. Kind of reminds me of, like, Dead Space. I don't know why I thought about that. Oh, we need to go up there. Let's go up there. I do like it. We got this big group here. And this game does a good job at like kind of pitching together a like a battlefield. And all this is also co-op. That's a benefit. We got these little fuckers. Alright, Traherne, we made it. What up? Oh, you're just gonna take... Okay, we're going over here. Where are you going, Traherne?
I'll coordinate and command from here. Go with Winnet and retake the siege points. Plaguebringer must be brought down.
So the Plaguebringer, that's the name of that dragon lieutenant? It's not the Elder Dragon, it's not Zhaitan. Where is he? I wonder if he's in the sky. There he is. You can kind of see him over there. But yeah, very, very devastating to have a giant-ass dragon flying around, hitting you when you don't have really any way to take it down, which is what we're working on at the moment. Take this point back. There's an undead Hylic there. Those are the frog people. No undead script. Again, that's the race we allied with. But if we went with the frog people, the Hylic here, it's kind of what they look like. We are very hurt. Taking this point. Obviously, we just need to stay in the blue ring, and you can see the progress we're making up there. Something that you see a lot in the open world with events, or even, yeah, mostly events. And world versus world, but I don't think we're ever gonna really touch world versus world as far as the stream is concerned, just because it's literally its own game mode. Maybe it's like more like a relaxed stream where we don't really have like a goal and we're just vibing. That's what kind of world versus world is good for. Same with like PvP. We really haven't done too much of that, I would say, on the stream, as far as just like, hey, we're just gonna play the game today and just chill, guys. No, we always are sticking with some story, something to progress through, which I like at the moment. I should be getting my phone back today. And so the question is, do we continue with Guild Wars 2 in the story, or do we... How did we lose? Oh, we didn't lose it. We claimed the other one. Or do we go back to 14, because we're really vibing with 14 as far as what we where we were going with the story. That done. Yeah. Kind of hard to see with all the freaking bodies in the way. I'll tell you that. Tell you what. Alright, they're done there. Now we gotta retake the rest of the wall, or the last point here. And that should be it for taking back the fort. We might have to clear out everything that's in the middle, but that won't take very long. And this is actually a very nice story arc, because we began finding out that the Zhaitan looking to attack Lion's Arch, and then eventually, well, they have to go through Claw Island. We go there to warn everybody. We lose Claw Island. Go on a little bit of a personal journey to now come back here in force and whoop some undead ass. This guy's a veteran here. God, we are just not doing enough damage. Our damage is gonna spike really hard once we hit level 80 and we get like appropriate gear on and we have like a build. It's gonna be a big difference. Alright, taking the area. Let's go ahead and res this person while our allies fight that other undead. And it's a good time for a drink break.
We've taken control of the siege points. Now we must join the fray. Forward.
Yeah, let's just take out everything in the courtyard. We're gonna do it systematically. Because I think everybody that we're kind of gathering will just like snowball. We also see some undead crate here. Now most nations, most other races, even like the more beast ones, they all have like a good side and a bad side. Not the crate. The crate are all evil. That is something about like the lore, is that every crate is like just bad. They hate every other race. They enslave people. They have dark rituals. There's no redeeming quality to them, and that's good. You need that in a fantasy setting where there are just some evil bastards. Yeah, we're just snowballing this. Should just be this one and we're good to go. But you can see our strength of the pack here is only on a 60 second cooldown. Kronos, thanks for hanging out, brother. Yeah, I was doing a lot of adulting earlier this week, so I appreciate you stopping by, brother. Oh, always, Guild Wars 2 is a treat to play. I love Guild Wars 2. I don't know if we'll be playing it tomorrow, though. I haven't decided yet. Oh, there's the dragon. Okay, they give us a cutscene. So Guild Wars 2 does a pretty good job at creating like a theater of war. Let's see if we can come up here. Okay, so we don't have any siege weapons to work with. We're just going to take it out from the ground. Okay. We have these 3 points we can target. We're just going to go for one of the legs. So they brought these mortars here. Trying to fear us. Stop it. Alright, we're just not breaking out of that one. We'll be back. And Traherne is just sitting here barking orders at us. But you can see we have this thing like literally outnumbered. It'll have its own little grub spawn, but there's a lot of us. And this is like the boss icon here. You know, you have the legendary status, and then if they get their own like bigger picture and stuff here, yeah, you know it's boss time, or they're a big deal. Yeah, we're just literally just gonna keep smacking his toes here. Mortar fire coming in. There's an open world fight with a dragon that looks identical to this, but it's Quaddle instead of Blightghast here. And that fight is very cool. A more interactive fight than this here, because this is a story that's supposed to be pretty accessible as far as beating it. But the one in the open world, you gotta have people that at least know what they're doing to beat it. And that's basically a juiced up version of this fight. Multiple dragon lieutenants, leaders that look like this. They're grabbing us. We're just kind of like one among many here. Wow, we are being poisoned as hell. That is something I wish the game did a little bit better, as far as like visual cues, as far as like what am I standing in, how is it hurting me. They get better throughout the game, but I feel like they need to be teaching the players early on about not standing in the danger zones. You also gotta watch the enemies for their animations. Hit him where it hurts. Ooh, we're gonna hit 67 after this. Let's go. So he's gonna keep pulling us towards it. Let's go. Rotmouth dead. 2, 1. There we go. No dead Forgle, by the way.
We did it. We recaptured Claw Island, and in so doing, saved Lion's Arch as well. I do not know what lies ahead of us, my friend, but for the first time, I have hope. Hope that this alliance can save Tyria from the dragons. Hope for the future. Hope for all.
This is a pretty good story beat overall, just because it's like, okay, we learned that working together, we can win. We can take land back.
Without you.
Well done, Crusaders. Bravely fought.
Got a lot of
Excelsior.
Excelsior.
Will it last?
Vigil
Those
here.
other orders,
Awesome.
we trust them?
Now we as a Vigil member, we're gonna kind of bracelets is here. Kind of see the Order of the Whispers as far as like their aesthetic. Probably, I don't know. I think the Vigil just looks so much better. But we're gonna start moving away from just being Vigil focused. Now we've created this alliance, and we're gonna be a pretty important figure in there. So we're gonna be dealing with all the orders instead now, at once. This is where the story again. The story's kind of been getting more narrow and narrow as far as like our choices as the players, because eventually we're all going to reach the same point as far as like the ending of the base game. But we're still getting choices along the way, but everybody's like diverted past as far as like which order did you choose, which race, etc., etc. It's all being now funneled together to like this point here. Hey, Trahearne. Pretty lonely up here.
This is a momentous day. The tide of history has changed, Trahearne.
Indeed. Many people doubted. Even the Orders weren't truly certain it could be done. Never before has Tyria been so united. Let Orr hear the echo of this battle. We can defeat the dragons. We will.
Zhaitan waits at the center of Orr, surrounded by a nation of undead. The battle to destroy the dragon will not be easy, but it can be won.
There is a ruined fortress at the edge of Orr, south of the Shattercleft Hills. From that high cliff, you can see the spires of Orr rising beyond the Straits of Devastation. We will take this fort and make it our own. The Pact will rebuild it. We will place our banners, and from there we will strike at the dragon's heart. I will make plans with the leaders of the Orders and gather troops at that location. You deserve some well-earned rest, my friend. Join me when you are ready, and together, we will find a way to slay Zhaitan.
So it's not called the alliance or anything like that. We call it the Pact. So that's all the orders together. That's what we're going to be calling it from now on. Oh, I thought he introduced us as his second in command. Maybe he does that a little bit later. But that is Claw Island done. And ooh, we get to pick a rune to put on our armor. Probably we'll take Rune of Lissa instead because of that precision. Not a big deal. But yeah, we are 67. And that, I think, will wrap up our stream for today. We began, we lost Claw Island, we have now fought, we got it back. We have formed the Pact, which is, again, all of the major orders together in an alliance against the Elder Dragons. First one on the chopping block is Zhaitan. And where Trahearne was talking about as far as location is right around here. This is where our staging ground will be for launching an attack on Orr, because Orr is just right here. And there's a little, kind of like a land bridge we can make right there. But also, if we have any naval support, pretty easy to access Orr from there. But again, kind of traveling by sea is very dangerous because of all those undead ships. You don't know when they're going to pop up. They also have those dragons, but that's a That's a problem for another time. This is a really good base location, though. Kind of, you know, launch that operation into ore and kind of fight your way to the center here, which is this is where Ra is, and you kind of got to go around the outside, and then the gate where we had our vision was like right here. So that is what we have to look forward to as far as Guild Wars 2. And yeah, guys, that is it for all of you who have stuck around. I appreciate the hell out of you, and I will see you next time. Peace.